Good morning, everybody. It's fantastic to be walking in here with Yusundur's music. So before I make my remarks, I wanted to thank you all, thank everybody who's been in this movement, because it is a movement we've been trying to create. And I think the movement has just one purpose, is that if we can close the gap between what we know and what we need to do, then we'll make progress so much faster. Already, several of the speakers this morning brought up some of the themes that we are very interested in, is questioning ourselves. I think Manoj is questioning us about focusing on impact and so forth. I want to talk on a subject that I think, unfortunately, it was the Ebola subject, but I think it will sort of make the point about why we need to really work a little harder before we can celebrate. I'm pretty sure that almost everybody in this room is aware that last year there was an outbreak of Ebola in West Africa that killed 10,000 people in West Africa, and even some people here in the United States. We also know that Ebola is an extremely contagious, dangerous, and that comes with excruciating pain. We know all of that. Why? Because just 6 months ago, it was all over the news. What some of you might not know, though, is that as we speak, hundreds of people are still suffering in Liberia, Sierra Leone, and Guinea. Many will die, unfortunately. Another thing some of you might not know is that among the 10,000 people who died were 500 health workers. They were doctors, they were midwives, they were nurses, clinical officers, and other categories of workers. And when you are a country like Sierra Leone, when you only have a dozen or so of doctors, losing even one could be devastating. So for West Africa to lose 500 health workers is more than devastating. And it creates more problems for even dealing with other disease, regular disease, and so forth. And there is a third thing that we might not know. And I'd actually like to ask those of you who would be ready to jump in a situation where you could lose your life because you don't have the protective gears, you don't have what it takes to actually do the work. How many of you in this room would engage in an adventure like that? If you're courageous enough to say that you could go and throw yourself in that situation as a health worker, I'd like you to stand up. Nobody. This is what some courageous health workers have been doing. And this is why IntraHealth and other organizations represented in this room are doing their utmost best to make sure that those health workers are protected, are safe, have the right conditions to work, and more importantly, that they are not alone. And this is one of the things, one of the things we are doing at IntraHealth for that last problem is putting out there a solution called mHero, which you will be hearing a little later, a lot more about. And MHERO allows these health workers, especially those that are at the front line, one of the most dangerous places to be, to do their work and to remain connected with the system. And we need to do that. We need to amplify our effort to reach these health workers who operate at the front line of healthcare delivery. Because the front line can be a dangerous, scary place. But unfortunately, that's also where the majority of people we're trying to save or to better their lives live. These health workers are the real heroes of global health. And we are delighted that Time magazine recognized them last year. And these health workers are doing more than treating diseases. These health workers are protecting their communities. They're helping their communities strive. This is why we need to keep our commitment to use solutions like MHERO and others to give them a strong signal that we are with them. And we want them to know that. And obviously, tackling a disease like Ebola takes extraordinary types of collaboration. This is why we put this event together every year. Because we know that there is no way our single institution can do this alone. As demonstrated here by Patrick this morning and others, it takes collaboration and it takes partnership. And it takes partnership that is out of the ordinary. It takes the courage to create the space for people from all walks of life to come together. Because every one of you in this room has an idea. Whether you have expressed it, whether you have thought about it or not, you have an idea dormant in yourself about how you can accelerate progress. And that's our goal, and we will not rest until we reach that goal. With the hope that together we might even come up with something that is going to be better and that is going to be good for all of us together. In that spirit, I would like to introduce our next speaker. It is Bankole Cardoso. Bankole was born and raised in Lagos, Nigeria, and he's the founder of Easy Taxi Nigeria, which is the largest app available for taxi hailing. Bankole has been nominated by Forbes magazine as one of the most extraordinary among the 30 very influential entrepreneurs under 30. He is young, he's very intelligent, and he's business savvy. So let me introduce you to Bankole. And again, thank you for being here.